teaching students of all ages that are looking for how to learn to design a self-sustainable system, and how nature can grow their food while sustaining itself in all areas. And housewives like this really study President Mom of 4 boys who took the design course and put in her food forest for food security. Scouting and other youth programs want to learn the sustainable method of growing food. The natural ecosystem attracts so much wildlife as it establishes itself. The human relationships we attract are amazing, like our friend and mentor, Farmer Grant. We find the resources we need and get them for our students. We have discovered 33 varieties of berry plants we can grow, like Nanking cherries, buffalo, service, honey, goose, goji, yasta, lingon, bush, aronia, cornelian, sand, currant, and other berries. Our students love learning in the demo food forest as it evolves, and love to watch the beauty of nature, like this artichoke that went to this gorgeous flower, and taste the sweetness of the fruit, like this juicy 4-inch peach, as well as learn about animals we rescue that give many benefits to the system, and the unusual insects this forest attracts, like this 3-inch tarantula hawk, and how fish and water plants can be more productive than land farming. The biodiversity of so many perennial brings abundance for a long season that comes back every year, for a long season of harvests, as well as variety of protein, grain-rich nuts that gives us the great harvest of food and herbs, of nutrient-dense because of the rich soil the food forest grows. Growing the biggest fruit and herbs for all to enjoy. With hard-working mushrooms, the cool beds grow naturally as well as edible mushrooms we learn to grow in our workshops. Attracting all the pollinators the forest needs. That visitors from Vernal, Delta, Hanksville, Grantsville to Hurricane come to see. Children recognize the beauty and joy of nature in this food forest as they come here and learn, and leave us beautiful cards like this. I go outside your garden, get beautiful and beautiful. Love, Ainsley. And are involved in all facets of education. We hope to bring the understanding of nature and how to bring natural ecosystems back to them, and help all families design and put in their own food forest regardless of income level. Come to our food forest from April to November. College students from USU, UVU, BYU, and USU, or Southern Utah University, find us and can't wait to come and learn as we experiment and research how plants love to grow, so that it can provide us abundant, delicious food, and empower families to come learn how to grow food sustainably in a healthy way for them and the planet, nature grow their soil, fertilizer, and food. Bring the children of all ages and families to come and learn all year long. Come with us to meet the many experts in the community. From agriculture, permaculture, propagation, mushrooms, water harvesting, and design systems, herbal uses, and more, at Utah Valley Permaculture Classroom Gardens and Greenhouse.
Welcome to the garden today. We've got an amazing activity. We've got the 2nd anniversary of the Utah Valley Permaculture Classroom Gardens and Greenhouse, and you are making it special.
Wow!
Just by coming. We are so glad you're here. What have you brought us?
It's so wonderful to have them here. Isn't that gorgeous? That is such a treat, isn't it? It's a beautiful treat.
Okay.
Oh, you're great! Thank you so much, Diane.
Here, let me get closer to you.
With me. Oh, so cool! These ladies are amazing. Plants, like in Hawaii, they all grow in a forest together. And in other places, like in Austria, they grow all the plants together because that way they protect each other, they insulate each other. We also find out in permaculture that they sustain each other. Wood chips and hugel beds with logs are replicating the forest. What the forest does when a tree dies is it becomes a sponge. I literally develop and they decompose the tree and they turn it into beautiful nutrients. So you see all these beautiful little plants around the dead tree and everything's growing like crazy all of a sudden. And they're being fed, you see, and they're being watered. The moisture's in there. Plus the tree has dropped all its leaf litter, insulated with mulch, the forest floor. And so the water doesn't evaporate, so everything's lush and green inside there. So we want to recreate that. Let's try some tropical plants, like the Polynesians. We have taro root. Look at this gorgeous taro root. It came back from last year. It literally insulated through the winter and came back and sprouted through all the winter. And I was like, boy, are you a hardy tropical plant. So he says most of the grocery store tomatoes taste at they test at a 4 to 5. Some of your cherry tomatoes will test higher, 8 or 9. He tested our cherry tomatoes in there, and they tested it at a 14 in nutrient density. Off the charts. Christy was like, boy, you got monster comfrey.
Yeah.
She says, I can't believe the size of your comfrey. Even my landscaper, Joshua, said, I can't believe the size of your comfrey. Nobody grows comfrey this big. I said, it's not me. Nature's doing this, not me. Now, remember I told you I'd create a little mini rainforest out there? It can do is just kind of feel in here, one at a time. Just be careful. It's really growing out of control. It's a jungle. But feel how nice and cool it is in here while it's 10 degrees hotter out there. It's absolutely wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Into a little rainforest, you know?
Wow.
It's like, you know, when you want to take a cool shower because you're not sweating in the heat. I just walked in there.
How do you water?
That's nice.
Logs buried in the ground like this, and they literally decompose because we speed it up with manure. Then we add straw, we add some green matter, and we add the topsoil back over. But the topsoil is very loose when you first put the hugel beds together. So we plant what's called cover crops. They also can build nitrogen from the top down while the tree is decomposing and the fungus is building it from the bottom up. And so then we plant all these amazing plants with the cover crops and they just flourish. They are getting all the best soil they can get, all the nutrition they can get. They're holding moisture. It's just wonderful what it does for all the plants that grow in it.
Okay, we are in Utah Valley Permaculture Classroom Gardens and Greenhouse. It's September 13th, 2016. It's our second year. We're in the kitchen garden. under our beautiful canopy elm tree that's 2 years old and is shading beautifully. And he's got this gorgeous grapevine growing up loaded with grapes. We sure love it, as well as he's got a bean vine growing up him. And he's very, very happy. The beans are growing up up and down. Amazing. It's fall, so we're starting to see the yellow leaves. The beautiful beans are still around. We'll be harvesting them soon. And they just look beautiful.